Oh my gosh, I can't believe that worked! Oh my gosh, guys, this is incredible! Hey friends, welcome to Flite Test. I'm Josh. We have an incredibly busy week. If you guys tuned in last week, we were designing and cutting out the pieces for our B-17. This week, we get to glue it all together and also cut out the tail and the rudder. While we're working on that, we put a lot of work in designing our pod racers. This will also be the week that we get to cut out the pieces and they'll start taking form. Now hopefully, we should be receiving our Cadx Ant all-in-one FPV camera. We're gonna be testing that out to see how it performs. Hopefully it's gonna be fantastic. We got a lot of work to do, let's get to it. So we learned a lot of different stuff with the Meglacy into the B-17. With the Meglacy, we use a lot of carbon fiber, a lot of poplar sticks. We find out at the end of the day, we really didn't need it.
No, it wasn't necessary at all. I think it just added more weight, which meant we had to put more strength.
More weight, more time. This one's different. We're going much thinner wall, and we're also going to be going with glassing it later, which means it's kind of going to be like a surfboard. All we need to do today is really to start fitting these pieces together. And then we're gonna just try a different technique. No roll formers. You just gotta kind of make sure you clock them real carefully, right?
Yeah. Which I am running into a couple of issues on this front nose piece. We were just getting started when we did these ones, so they're off a little bit. We learned a lot already.
Curve value, things like that. But at the end of the day, what we're gonna try to do is have all these pieces together, then we can sand it.
Right, yeah. And then after that, get wings and stuff made and everything formed up and then fiberglass.
I'm gonna work on the tail and the rudder while you're doing that.
Awesome.
So Dave, why are you putting the wood spars in there?
Okay, basically when we use the Hotwire to cut the foam, it creates what's called a kerf. Basically when the wire goes through the foam, it melts and creates a bigger slot. So we need to fill in that slot so it actually lines up right. And to do so, I'm just taking some balsa wood to the right thickness and gluing it in. And it should make everything line up better.
It's kind of crazy when we put the layers together, how it just starts looking like a B-17. While you're doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and work more on the pod racer design here, and just holler if you need me.
All right, no problem.
All right, so we're gonna be taking down the this pieces here. If you look, it's been here for about 2 years, but it's starting to get a little bit tired. It's also really, really heavy. We're gonna take this down, and we're gonna take the original shape inside of it. My goal is to split it into 2 pieces, and then I wanna draw Anakin Skywalker's pod racer around it, but with a little bit of an FT flavor. I think it's gonna look really cool. There's the knot right there.
The issue is the way that this is strung up is it doesn't do evenly. So when we go to let this down, this side's gonna want to drop, and that side's gonna want to stay. So you got to kind of.
Yes. I got him in the duck. Oh my gosh, it's filthy. There's a ton of duck. Look how dirty it is in here. I'm just picturing like when you finally have the details, and there's one here, and then one at the top of the little yellow floppy things. When they fly through this, and we'll get rid of the comb so that way it doesn't impede things. But when they fly through this, I'm picturing like a throbbing whoop, 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 you know.
Almost like a burning flame.
And we could make them so that way they run in sync too, so that way the 2 engines go in sync with each other.
That'd be awesome. I love it. I'm happy you know how to do that, because I don't. Totally do that. You know what blows my mind? Do you look through here? And no, check this out. This cavity here is the bomb bay. It's 12 inches wide. That's ridiculous.
Like 4 watermelons in there.
Yeah. The golfers aren't gonna know what hit them, literally. So while Dave is gluing the plan together, we just got a new product in that we're gonna be testing out. So we've been working with Cadx for I don't know how many months.
Quite a while now.
By the way, awesome company, and they basically helped us develop what is affectionately called the Cadx Ant. It's an all-in-one, has an FPV pack, just like the FXT 805s used to be, but this is updated. 1200 TV line camera, much nicer VTX, and you can also take the power from 25 milliwatt, I believe, to either 100 or 200 milliwatt.
Yeah, I think it was 100 milliwatt is what we ended up settling on.
I think that's what it is. So we're gonna put it to the test here. Our first batch came in, and before we put it in the store, we wanna make sure it works good. So yeah, let's put this on, and we'll just put it on the tenant. All right, let's go fly this. Okay, so what do you think is a reasonable distance for something like that?
Oh, right now, with us just being the straight shot out there, we'd have no issue getting to those trees all the way out there.
Nice.
Just straight shot distance, and we don't have a lot of interference out here. 25 milliwatt will take you a long way.
You don't mind launching me?
I don't mind one bit.
Are you ready?
All right, let's go. All right, let me check video for you. Oh, I've got nothing.
I got a good video.
Oh, I probably put it on the wrong channel. Oh, I'm on the wrong channel.
So far, no breakup. Still a little 3-channel.
It's such a smooth flight.
I know! I mean, it's pretty calm today, which is probably a nice thing to test this out on. Alright, I'm gonna go all the way out to this tree by EcoFlow. I'm all the way out by the road now with FPV, and it's good. Nice and solid. Are you able to see too?
Oh yeah.
This is good.
I get the tiniest little bit of flicker here and there, but
Yeah.
it's like, it's totally, like, perfectly flyable.
I think my favorite configuration with this is honestly just 3-channel. It's just so easy to motor around.
It's so light, it reminds you of like the classic like 3-channel gliders.
Yeah. Oh, I think I can make it under the bridge. I'll try it.
Let me check our clearance there.
Is the water pretty high?
Yeah,
Feel
I think
the
you'd be
water there?
good on water. The biggest thing is just once you dip below the ground, you'll lose some video signal because the Earth does not like RF signals.
All right. Well, here, get ready to run.
And just be ready if you lose video to nose her up. Nose her up with throttle.
Whoa! Yeah!
Oh, video didn't even blip.
All right, no regrets. All right, let's go ahead and go. We got to end this with a crash, right? I love this.
Should weave the trees.
I am.
It looks almost like a small quad with how slow it's moving.
Oh! I wish. The only downside, this is so relaxing, but I have no aileron. I'm just flying with rudder.
Hey, can you shoot the EcoFlow pavilion over there?
Okay. All right, this is. All right, that's a tighter gap than I thought, but I'm committed now.
Oh wow.
All right, now I got a little bit of static. You see that?
Yeah. Nothing too bad.
That part's too loud.
Yeah! Oh my gosh, I can't believe that worked! All right, don't ask me to do that again.
I like how you came in through one side but exited the other.
Yeah. Well, there was no, I started sliding, I was like, okay, I'm committed. All right. I love this plane. All right, who wants to catch me?
Okay, here you fly it in, I'll catch it.
All right. All right, you ready?
All right.
Throttle back. Yeah! Hi, Les.
Oh, hey.
All right, well, the Tenet's an awesome FPV platform, and that thing works phenomenal, so we're good to go. Good job, man. Thanks for your help. Oh, sorry. This is the kind of stuff I just want to go right into it and just like immediately make that right, because it just like looks so good, and all of a sudden it's like, except for that.
Yeah, and maybe that.
Yeah.
We don't want to get in a rush.
Yeah.
That's how it turns out bad.
Well, we can make templates for all that. That was the one thing learning from the Meglacy is just like make a template for it, lay it up, and then just. For a lot of these models, if you draw a 3-view, so you take your top profile and then you take your side profile and then you map those out. When you come in to shape it, you instantly have what you need to be able to get that refined form. Cool. You ready for the next piece?
Yeah.
All right, so while Dave is gluing the fuselage together, I had to run a couple packages that were returned to the wrong location here to manufacturing. This is where we make all of our airplanes. My wonderful wife, Mitchell, and the rest of the team work really hard to produce airplanes every single day. Now, one of the biggest things ever since we started manufacturing in our online store has been shipping. But luckily today our sponsor has a solution for that, and that is ShipStation. ShipStation is specifically designed to make online order processing exceptionally easy. They combine order processing, inventory management, creation of shipping labels, and customer communication all into one easy-to-use interface. And along with that interface integrates perfectly with over 100 of the industry's top carriers, marketplaces, and selling channels. Now, we just recovered from the holiday rush, and one of the biggest challenges was not actually manufacturing. Jason crushes it with that. We had no problems making planes. It was the fulfillment process. It was the act of getting it boxed up, shipping, and getting it to the right location in a timely manner. Also, trying to get you guys the best rates possible. ShipStation takes care of all of that. You can save time by funneling all of your orders into one simple interface, no matter where you're selling. ShipStation also gives you the same ability to get the same exceptional rates that Fortune 500 companies have. That's going to save your sanity by knowing that you're getting the best rates, and also 98% of the companies that use ShipStation over a year have stayed with them. Now, if you guys don't know the background of manufacturing here, this started in a simple one-car garage, and then over the last 10 years, it has become what it is today. We cannot thank you enough. If you guys want to be able to ship more in less time and also dream big and make your own ideas a reality through a business, ShipStation is something for you. So to ship more in less time, go to shipstation.com/flight-test and get a 60-day free trial. That's 2 months of free, no hassle, stress-free shipping. So while we're down here at the factory, I think it's time to cut out a pod racer. All right, so we got about 20 minutes of cut time here, but all the pieces that we have for our pod racer should now be kind of nested in here. And if everything works good, it's gonna kind of assemble like a kit. We'll be able to take the mirrors off of the original geodesic dome and then start actually placing them in here. And then the whole thing's gonna clamshell together. And from that point on, we start putting on the accessories, decorating. It's gonna look incredible. You ready, guys? Oh no. We did this out of scrap, but that's okay because this will be on the top, on the far side, so no one's gonna get to see it. But this is the Ford. You know what I'm talking about, the pod thing?
You got it, it's coming. You want to push and I'll pull?
All right, so that's the top of the pod. Let's get this other piece out. This piece here, I'm gonna cut this right along the seam and then I'll cut the duct out. So that part will go away. And that'll be the front duct. And then this will be the top part. And that'll be our octagon. And then these pieces here, I'm gonna slice this every 8 inches. Those will connect and that will become the outer duct for the engine piece, like the cone.
This is one and of two?
1 and 2, yeah.
That's what I thought.
So this will probably end up being the one that's in the back, so any mistakes we make, we'll just simply like shove it in the back side and then the other pod. The one thing that kind of shocks me though is that's really big.
Yeah, it is.
Like, these things are gonna have to be pretty high up on the wall at the end of the day, but I think it'll look really cool. And then we'll need to cut the panels in the different areas to let the light come through. So yeah, I think we're set.
Neat.
All right, all my parts are cut out. Time to head back to the shop with those pieces and also give Dave some help gluing the fuselage together. So before we do this, let's get the weight because we were talking about like the tail weight and stuff. Okay, so what's your guess?
I'm gonna say 2 pounds.
All right, I'm thinking 2.5.
Are you kidding? 1.8?
Is that kilograms?
No, it's pounds.
All right, so that means that's gonna be like 5 or 6. That's still not bad.
4.5 pounds.
So 4.5 plus
1. What was it?
8.
1.8. Was it? 1.8. There we go. Who needs to do math when you have machines?
yeah.
6.3.
That's pretty respectable.
Are we missing parts?
All right, well, so 6.3 pounds. I love this. This is just, and rotational, like, wow. Okay, do you wanna?
I don't know.
I wanted to see what it looks like first.
Yeah. That's pretty big.
Yeah, it's pretty,
And we still have another 6 inches on the front and 6 inches on the back.
like 8 inches on the back.
Wow.
We should have done a cartoon version and just take out half the section.
Do the short stumpy thing.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, we'll get that glued on there.
How are we gonna get glued on?
Yeah, that's gonna be the interesting part. I think if we just put it to the wall, that means I can put force on it this way, and you can just make sure it's lined up around there.
So these sections here, if you notice, it's like all straight. The tail actually comes in and it comes at a radius down, and then also the greenhouse in the front. We're just gonna make templates out of foam and plywood that we'll be able to drag our knife down through and establish those radiuses. And what we did is we left this area extra thick, so it'll be hitting here and then coming down, and then we'll just have to shape it and form it. But we should be able to mimic all that, but it's a lot of strength.
I'm afraid.
I don't want to do it. I feel like we're gonna high five each other and it's gonna go boom. How you doing over there? All right, friends. Well, I think it's safe to say that the rough of the fuselage is done. We're ready to move on to the tail. All right, update time, friends. Heading up in the mezzanine, I want to show you what we've been working on. We are working both on the B-17 tail and also our pod racer at the same time. We got one pod racer cut out. It went together great. I'm currently cutting out the second one. So we're gonna be trying something a little bit new with the vertical tail here. What I did is I drew a vector line that's gonna resemble the vertical profile of our rudder. Now, if we had to template this up and use a drag bow, that could be doable, but it'd also be very difficult. With my shaky hands, I don't think it'd work out good. I have my hot wire all the way at the top. I'm gonna have it follow this line, and if everything measures out right, it's gonna fit almost perfectly right on our B-17. Let's check it out. Let's see how this fits here. That is perfect. It is a real thrill to think that you can actually design something on a computer and it cuts it to such precision that even when you're not measuring off the piece, it still fits perfectly.
Hey Josh, this looks great.
Thanks, man. That was a productive week, man.
Yeah, we got a lot done. We've got a lot more to do still.
Yep, make sure you guys hit that subscribe bell because next week we're gonna be finishing off the tail, we're gonna be mounting it on the fuselage. We're gonna take what we learned here and we're gonna apply it so we can actually hot wire with precision the elevator cutout and things like that. We also got to make some great progress on our pod racers. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe bell. Next week we're gonna be finishing off the pod racer. We have a secret project that we're gonna be having some fun with that you'll get to see a little bit of. And this thing's gonna come together in a big way. All right, see you next time.
Take care.